Hi, and welcome to Economy of Trust show. Today's guest is Chris Atkins. He's the founder of Group of Nations. For 26 years, this gentleman had built the organization that works with government leaders and business leaders around the world. His publications for G7 and G20 meetings are legendary now. And as you will see through interview, we are becoming partners, and he's greatly in support of United Students of Ukraine. And I also want to ask you to support our show, to support United Students of Ukraine. Please see all the links below. Click like, join our channel, enjoy the show. Chris, hi, great to see you, my friend, and welcome to Economy of Trust show.
Thank you, Henry. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
First and foremost, I know you have been working on the business you're in for over 25 years. So first and foremost, I want everybody to understand what is it that you do on day-to-day basis and why is it important?
Sure. So thank you very much. So the Cat Company and groupofnations.com, we've been around, this is the 26th year of being in business. And we started back in 1997 in producing the very first G7 global briefing report. And obviously the company has grown and we do the G20, we do the B20, we do the APEC reports as well. But the main reason, Henry, that we started these reports is to engage people outside of the bubble of these summits. So we wanted to have obviously more inclusiveness, allow companies to showcase their solutions to some of the world's challenges and be more inclusive instead of just having the same similar faces at the table. And this was obviously the driving force for these publications. And we also have built up a tremendous amount of knowledge partners, such as like Uniplat, which is the first world's first open platform for entrepreneurial researchers. They're in 68 countries now, over 50,000 members. We work with the University of Northwestern University and the Buffett Institute, Eurochambers, TRACET, which is the Trans Alliance to Combat Global Illicit Trade, London School of Economics, Jarvis Christian University, Middle East Institute, the UK Business Council, European House, German Trade and Invest, Diplomat Syria, IOE. I mean,
so obviously 25 years. First of all, congratulations on such a obviously long history already working on the global stage.
Sure.
And those relationships that you have built obviously are critical. And that brings me to my next question. In this capacity, with the access that you have to the top leaders of the world, to business leaders and government included, what can it do? What do you think this community can potentially do for Ukraine?
So basically, with the publications that we have, it's an opportunity for companies, and obviously what you're doing with Ukraine and in building, to showcase what they need. And we have companies that showcase solutions to some of the world's problems. That's why we started the publications in the first place. Now, I'm not an overall expert on Ukraine, as you know, but we have the opportunity where we can have experts from Ukraine showcase what they feel is necessary to be showcased within the reports. And then obviously we have a tremendous readership with all the knowledge partners that we have to disseminate the publications.
So this, your channel and your organization can become a tool, global tool for Ukraine to demonstrate its needs and wants in order for other companies and governments to potentially respond and collaborate to rebuild the country.
Correct.
Is that exactly the way of saying it?
Yes. Great. Yes.
So now let's talk about the next question is this. As you are obviously in reputation image business, and this is why you've been so successful.
Yeah.
It says now that Ukraine biggest asset today, it its image, something that's always been very big kind of, let's call it not a hot spot. Ukraine's image in the world today is 180 degree. It is the main asset. So what is the country like Ukraine? What it should do now on the communication front to sustain that image? Because that's priceless in my view.
Sure. So, I mean, let's be open here. I mean, it's what's happening in Ukraine is devastating, and I believe that most of the allies of Ukraine are also completely devastated by what's going on, and the outpouring you can see worldwide is tremendous.
Right.
So, I believe that once the war stops and Ukraine wins, then there's a huge potential for outside investors to help rebuild the country and improve the country's infrastructure to basically 21st century technology. Now, I believe it's going to take a bit of time and planning. And I think there's obviously a potential for major experts to come in, help obviously with the leadership to rebuild Ukraine, and especially honor the people that tragically have lost their lives in this situation, and honor them by building Ukraine better and not repeating some of maybe some issues that they did in the past. So I think there's a great opportunity, and I believe that there's a tremendous amount of investment that would want to obviously show that and build Ukraine to be a very good powerhouse.
Yeah, and obviously, what I always say is Ukraine has an opportunity to escape 30 years of mismanagement with technologies of 21st century. And I think a group of nations can be the company that can be conduit to reach out to the global audience to do it. Which leads me to my next question. I know you have a plan, a big event in November, and obviously you and I will be working between now and then together. But why would this event in November would be a great stage for Prime Minister of Ukraine, Minister of Economy, or even President Zelensky, a great stage to speak at the Group of Nations event. So speak towards that, please.
Sure. So, as mentioned before, over the last 25 years, we've been doing the publication. It's been a passion of mine. I mean, I've put half my life into obviously these publications. And last year we did our first virtual summit as well, because again, we want to create more inclusiveness where we can have more people have a voice at the table. And we did this, we called it obviously the Summit Solutions Through Inclusivity. We had some tremendous knowledge partners that came on board, and we're going to obviously do another summit in November. And I think it's an opportunity for President Zelensky and other leaderships to join with us. Now, we're not a massive, major news powerhouse that I know the president has been on, but yet we're very niche. But yet we also have a great mission in terms of trying to educate people what the G7, G20, and APEC summits are all about. And I think to have President Zelensky and any other leadership showcase what they're trying to accomplish after the war, hopefully the end by then, and how they can rebuild it. Well, I think it would be a great opportunity, because then we can showcase that message to the knowledge partners and the audience that we provide.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris, for that answer. But let's move to the next one. The next question relates to more of Group of Nations. You and I already start discussions about implementation of several programs. What do you think Group of Nations can do in a practical matter besides the times when the G7, G20 meet when they can demonstrate Ukraine to those leaders? But your key asset is your access to business and government leadership around the world. And is anything that in the short term that Group of Nations can provide to Ukraine as a resource to consider?
So again, I mean, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we've built these publications over the last 25 years, and obviously we have the knowledge partners that I work with, and there's an opportunity for Ukraine to share their message. And this is what we do with other organizations as well, major global companies.
So this is not going to be unique to you in terms of what you've been down, you've done down that road.
Yes. So absolutely. I mean, we've worked with over 2,000 organizations over the last 25 years.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. 2000, I mean, and major organizations, Ford, British Airways, Turkish Airlines, Mercedes, I mean, major organizations that want to showcase their solutions to some of the world's major problems.
Yes, yes.
And this is an opportunity where
To build the
Ukraine,
ground bottom up.
yes, and not only from Group of Nations standpoint, but also with the knowledge partners also sharing their message.
Correct.
You also have the opportunity for their network because they help with also distribution of the publication.
Multiplier effect.
Correct. Exactly. I mean, IOE, they have, I mean, I think they're in over 100 countries. Eurochamber has over 20 million members. So this is the type of knowledge partners that we have, and they feel why working with me all these years as well is a great opportunity. They see the value, and again, I wouldn't be in business 26 years if I wasn't doing something right. So.
All right, well, the last question I have to you is about the program that you and I have discussed and we're about to start working together on, which is focused on providing working capital to companies in Ukraine now that will provide services and goods for free to the people on the ground. And it's, as you know, it's by organization United Students of Ukraine. So in your experience, what do you think of this initiative and why is it important now for the companies in Ukraine and companies from around the world to participate in?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, none of us like war, right? I mean, we thought that there'd be no more war, but that's unfortunate. That's happening right now. And at the end of the day, once that disaster is finished and the war's over, we need to look deep inside ourselves and see how we can help the people of Ukraine. And any initiative can only be a good thing. And there's many global companies that are sharing, their outpouring and helping. So I think it's very important that what you're doing, what the initiative that you're starting is tremendous. And I think with Group of Nations support, we can help that. And I think obviously with other support that you're getting probably on a daily basis, I think it's tremendous work. And I congratulate you for doing this. And I think there'll be a lot of other people that will fully support what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Chris. And thank you for the time and interview. It has been a great interview, and I'm very much looking forward to building our partnership to provide a lot of opportunities for many initiatives. So thank you, our viewers, and I really hope you enjoy this. Please support us. Put a like on our YouTube channel, a new YouTube channel, and support us in other many ways. And of course, United Students of Ukraine. Chris, thank you very much. Great to see you, my friend, and we'll talk soon.